Serenoa, making a valiant stand in defense of the Rosellan village, slays Silvio Tellior. Word of their disobedience reaches the Holy One, who sends an army to conquer the heretics. With the enemy only a day's march from their doorstep, House Wolford and the Roselle scramble to mount one last stand. Time is of the essence.
Well, that's just a wonderful sign for us. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Triangle Strategy. I said that intro very weird. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we defended the Rosellan village against Lord Tellior. And actually finally killed the bastard. Fuck that guy. And this time, we will be exploring around the Rosellan village, but first things first, let's see more about what Zana, who is one of our MVPs of the last mission, has to say.
I must say, your display of power was quite astonishing. One moment there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, and the next we were drenched to the bone. The townsfolk were certainly appreciative, and that means much in these trying times. Where did you learn such sorcery?
I was born with it, as were my forebears. In the far reaches of Hyzant, my people dwell, acting as shamans and summoning rain when the people cried for it.
You hail from Hyzant? I suppose we should count our blessings that you found your way to our ranks.
Ah, so you're Zana. We've heard tell of a witch using her dark arts to frighten the peasants into submission. Rest assured, we shall conduct a thorough investigation into these rumors. In the meantime, your presence is requested at the Hierophant's palace.
Rumors from whom? There are no dark arts being practiced here. And the people are not scared of me. I provide them rain when they require it. That is all.
Quiet, witch! Save your remonstrations for the Inquisition.
Is this their investigation? My guilt was decided ere they laid eyes upon me.
Perhaps they are threatened by the sight of the common folk huddled around your warming smile. The goddess of salt is a jealous mistress, after all, and her subjects cannot well suffer another to be so adored. It is as you said. If you appear before the Inquisition, you will surely be found guilty, and the punishment will be grave.
Then what recourse is left to me?
If the tentacles of the Church can reach this far, then nowhere in Hyzant is safe. We must flee our borders, and go far from the gaze of the Zealots. It will be just as we promised each other. We'll start a new life. Together.
Is that truly what you want? 'Tis hardly the new beginning we envisioned.
That matters not. Only that it is ours.
Very well. Then let us meet again at nightfall. You know where. Until then, my love.
I shall count the minutes till next we meet.
Alas, he did not come. Another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. Had he never met me, would he still be alive today? Should I have said nothing and fled alone in the night?
I am sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself. 'Twas hardly your fault. And you do not know his fate for certain. He could very well still be alive.
Perhaps. I tried to seek him out, but there was little I could do with the Church's agents breathing down my neck. They burned down his home, and his family was never heard from again. I fear the worst. The goddess of salt must be named so for the tears she causes. She took everything from me. Her minions, all of Hyzant, they bear responsibility for my grief. And I aim to see that they answer for it. Although we have known each other only briefly, I sense a strong ally in you. Will you lend me your sword when the time comes?
Of course. Of that you can be certain.
Really is the case that everyone except for Glenbrook is awful. Let's go and explore the Roselle village. See what sort of defense we have against Exarm.
So that's the size of it. House Wolffort has gone to such great lengths for us.
It was our decision and ours alone. Your people brought nothing upon us.
It is as Serenoa says. We are happy to do all that we can to protect you.
Forgive me, Lady Frederica, but your mother was Lady Orlea, was she not? You came to our rescue just as she did. I cannot help but feel 'twas fated to be so.
You knew my mother?
Where did you hear of this, Jerome? I've told you not a whit about her.
I overheard whispers between my mother and father long ago. Why would the elders labor to keep such information secret?
Well, truth be told, we feared being persecuted anew.
And so your greatest fears have come true. Pray, hide no longer, and tell Lady Frederica what you know.
You know the history of Hyzant's oppression of the Roselle, yes? Then you know of the Rosellan revolt that occurred 30 years ago. Your mother, Lady Orlea, led that uprising at the source. She led us to freedom from Hyzant's rule, here to the Wolffort domain. She was a woman of great courage. She even left a sizable gash upon the goddess's statue as we departed.
The statue that stands tall in the source. I've never heard tell of this gash.
I reckon not. Hyzant would never admit to such a thing. But we, Roselle, know the truth.
I had no idea my mother was involved with the revolt, let alone led it.
And it was my father who gave them this land to settle.
That he did. Lady Orlea, for her part, vowed to fight on, to liberate those who remained in Hyzant. The rest of us, battered and bruised in the escape, parted ways with her, and remained here to live out our days in peace.
And so she eventually found her way to Esfrost, where she was taken in. I thank you for sharing such a wonderful chapter of my mother's history.
I hear she rallied the people to her cause with these words. The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
How much of this have you heard?
Hold. I beg you, recite those words once more.
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
So there exists a key that gives the lie to the goddess's teachings. With that in hand, we can yet confront Hyzant.
Pray tell, good elder, what might it look like?
Alas, I fear I do not know.
I know not to what they were referring, but my parents always said Lady Orlea left it in this village.
Then the key is here. Jerome, please. We would speak with your parents at once.
I'm afraid that's not possible. They both passed many moons ago.
We must find this key, Lord Serenoa. I know it sounds like a fool's errand, but I feel we have no other choice.
I agree. 'Tis a slight hope, but hope nonetheless. Let the search begin.
We know the key is in this village, though precisely what form it takes still eludes us. Need more information. If the key does indeed remain in the village, I'll find it. I must. So we're looking for a literal key to a thing, but it's probably not like an actual key, as in like, you know, like a metal key. Could be, I don't know. Get some superior iron. Should seek out the one who knows the legend of the Roselle. That'll be our best bet at finding the key. Keep on exploring along. Anything special? Well, there is a pelt in Jerome's abode that his parents were quite fond of. Suppose the pink pelt is quite special. They must have skinned a Rosellan. It's a mirror, an old rusted one at that. I know we mean to search the village, but what are we searching for? What's mother trying to say? Sereno, we have to find that key. Now, we can end the exploration at any time. However, should we not find the key, we will get a bad ending. With Orlea's key in hand, we may at last land a grievous blow against Hyzant. We must speak with the other villagers and learn what they know of it. There are a number of objects within the village that could qualify as the key we are looking for. Anything special or unusual in the village? Not that I've heard of. We just want to live our lives. Why must we be chased to the end of the earth? You did this. This is all your fault! Yeah, if you think this is our fault, leave. Go, you say? Go where? Anywhere you will survive. Think of this as an opportunity for a fresh start. And what will you do? We'll fight for you until the bitter end, as the Lord is bound to do for his people. Thank you, my lord. He really turned quickly on that, didn't he? Grab a silver. Very nice. What are you looking for, sir? Is it treasure? Yeah. What about you? You looking for treasure too? Playing hide and seek? But I don't know if there's any treasure in our village. Unless, are you looking for me? Mommy and Daddy sometimes call me the bestest treasure. Well, they're certainly right about that. Fortunately, I don't believe you're the treasure I'm looking for. Yeah, no, that would be weird if the key was this small child who's definitely under 30 years old. Considering that this happened, Salt Iron War, yeah. Mommy and Daddy are really upset. I'm scared. Good. Fear is a great thing to have. The Roselle have had a long, dark history of being oppressed, and I reckon they're none too happy about outsiders like us reminding them of it. You're looking for something old? I seem to recall a rather old-looking mirror behind the Elder's house. It's quite brilliant all those years ago, but I'm sure it's rusted over by now. If the legend so old it's been forgotten, or is someone keeping something from us? You have no choice but to upend the village in our search. Something special in the village. If what you seek is old, the Elder may know of it. Whenever I look at my children, I'm reminded that we cannot bow to Hyzant's demands. I mean, we could, but that would be dumb. I cling to the thought that Lady Orlea's last great hope for us lay in this very village. I wish it to be true from the bottom of my heart. And we do see that pink pelt that was mentioned. I've never seen a pelt this color before. Perhaps this is the one Jerome's parents took such a liking to. Perhaps this pelt is the key that will show us the way forward. Okay, that's... It certainly is something, but I think we can still find a little bit more. They've mentioned this mirror. But investigate the mirror. It's an old rusty mirror. No, that's the one. Pray wait a minute, I'll polish it for you. There. Isn't it beautiful? My word, the designs on this mirror are exquisite. I had no idea the rust had such splendor. Perhaps this mirror is the key that will show us the way forward. Got the pink mirror, the pink pelt. Why isn't the cat pink? Actually, that's a good thing that the cat's not pink. That's probably unhealthy for a cat to be pink. I'd imagine, at least. Well, let's check with the Elder. Steal his Azure Crystal. This is actually a really, really good thing. That's our first Tier 3 weapon upgrade. It's really good. I know nothing of any key, and you'll find nothing of import in my home. We took such pains to flee the source, yet our past continues to haunt us. Perhaps we are tainted after all. Okay. Let's find that key. Why the village elder would so vehemently deny the key's existence. I should always like to search his home myself, preferably while he's away, though I know he would not grant such a request from the likes of me. Maybe he'll accept one from Frederica. Ordinarily, I would not stand for deceiving an old man, but I agree this may be the only chance we get. Elder, forgive me, but may I speak with you outside for a moment? An audience with Lady Frederica. To what do I owe the honor, and what would you ask of me? I'm afraid I have none to tell, my dear. I endeavor to forget the past. If there are any stories you remember of days long gone by, I should love to hear them. Anything at all will do. I think that's a valid enough excuse to get him away from here. Box hidden beneath the rug. So the Elder did have something to hide. Perhaps this rock is the key that will show us the way forward. Got a pink rock, a pink mirror, and a pink pelt. Why is everything pink? I mean, that's not a problem, but it's a bit odd. Nah, we will end our exploration here. I was debating whether or not to go to the encampment, but we'll end exploration.
Elder, for the sake of the Roselle, I've come to speak with you about the key.
Lord Serenoa, I am not one to speak in metaphor and code. I bid you tell me precisely what it is you seek.
Could this pink rock be the key?
Where did you find that?
So it is the key. What do you know of it?
Clearly I can deceive you no longer. I shall tell you everything.
What is this strange pink rock?
A simple taste shall tell you all you need to know.
My word, it tastes of salt. No, it is salt.
Truly, a rock of salt.
Indeed, it is. And the story behind it is a long one. This crystal before you was brought here by Lady Orlea.
My mother brought this?
And you knew of this the whole time, Elder?
Yes, but the seeds of conflict ought not to be left in the sun where they are apt to grow. That was our decision.
Are there any other crystals like this?
There are. Lady Orlea spoke of a repository rife with salt, hidden somewhere in Norzelia.
And where might that somewhere be?
Unfortunately, I do not know. And I fear the knowledge passed with Lady Orlea herself.
Do you know anything about this, Lady Frederica? Anything at all? Did your mother ever mention these crystals to you before? It is imperative that you remember.
I apologize, but this is my first time hearing of them as well.
Calm yourself, Benedict. You're scaring the lass.
Calm myself. The very existence of this crystal changes the nature of our realm as we know it. If you have ever wondered why Hazant oppresses the Roselle or confines them to the source, this is your answer.
So they did it all to hide the existence of the repository and monopolize salt.
And not just that, anyone who finds that repository could reign over all Norzelia.
Would it really have so great an influence?
Salt is a divine boon, a gift from the goddess to her true believers. It is one of Hyzant's fundamental beliefs, one that, due to their monopoly on both salt and the source, has appeared true all these years. But no longer. With this crystal alone, we can prove their doctrine false.
Revealing their absolute teachings to be mere fabrications would shake Hyzant to its very core.
There may be hope for us yet.
A report, my lord. Hyzant's army is on the horizon.
Lord Serenoa, if you would, I should like to be the one to speak to them.
Of course, Benedict. I leave the matter in your capable hands.
Lord Serenoa, how unfortunate it is for us to meet under such circumstances. But for disobeying the Holy One's order, I must strike you down.
Before that, Minister Exham, there is something we wish to show you.
It is a mere fragment of something we have discovered in this village. It is a crystal made entirely of salt.
What madness is this you speak? This is salt indeed, but how is this possible?
It appears to have been passed down among the Roselle, and in a quantity large enough to rival the source.
Unbelievable.
Perhaps so, but we have proof. Salt can be found in places other than the sacred grounds beneath the goddess's feet. I am certain the implications do not escape you.
What is it that you want?
An audience with the Holy One, and a guarantee of safety for us and everyone in this village.
It would be a waste to dispose of both the crystal and House Wolford here. Very well then. I shall secure you an audience with the Holy One. And you have my word that the village will be safe from harm.
Thank you, Minister.
Oh, how I wish I could see the Holy One's face contorted so.
We owe our lives to this. A crystal of salt. Or salt crystal, shall we call it?
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessings of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
Can you imagine if crystals like this were hidden beneath the surface of Norzelia?
I cannot imagine Hyzant being blind to their existence. Salt is the lifeblood of their nation.
Agreed. Which leads me to believe that they have relentlessly oppressed the Roselle to hide it.
You intend to negotiate with the Holy One, then?
Correct. This time, we shan't fail. Not with this salt crystal in our hands. Hyzant will swear its support to us.
If their teachings are truly false, could you not ask them to free the Roselle at the source?
That is a risk we cannot afford to take. Our first priority is rebuilding Wolford. Without it, we cannot even hope to protect our own Rosellan village. I do hope you understand.
I see. I suppose you are right.
And what will you do once granted those privileges, Benedict?
What will I do?
I tire of being made to decide like this time and time again. Don't you, Serenoa?
I do. Our choices grow ever harder, each time piercing me deeper.
It's time we decide what to do for ourselves. I wish to reclaim Glenbrook. With Hyzant beside us, we can defeat Esfrost. So when we meet, I will ask the Holy State to go to war with us.
House Wolford protects the Roselle in defiance of the Holy One's orders. Hyzant sends an army to punish Wolford for their disobedience. Cornered though they may be, Serenoa and his comrades discover a crystal of salt, hidden in the Rosellan village. Benedict leverages its very existence in negotiations with the opposing General Exum and succeeds. The crystal holds the power to change not only Hyzant, but the entire land of Norzelia. With it in hand, Serenoa goes to meet the Holy One.
It's definitely a ballsy move, and who'd have thunk that the world would be saved because we found out, wait a minute, salt can grow on the ground. But we'll figure out how much we can extort the Holy One and all of the Saintly Seven next time. But until then, see you guys later.